All right. Hello, everybody. Again, this is our second episode of the Black and Brown podcast. Welcome, you guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Man, our first video, we had some friends who made some comments and they liked it. Some of those people that we don't know, we had some comments that they didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, this is a free country. That's what we're here for. We want to have discussions, right?
Perspective. Yep.
Yes, and for those who have liked, subscribed, made
Share.
comments, those who have shared our videos, thank you very much. Whether you agree with us or disagree with us, we do appreciate. In the comment section, there were a few people who actually made those comments. Trust me, we really do appreciate that, and we want to have conversations with people. So, anyways, without further ado, we have limited time, so I want to make sure that we touch every topic we're going to be talking about tonight. So here's the thing: we're going to be talking about the first part of the show tonight we'll be talking about Biden getting off the race. Man, that's big.
Yeah.
That I did not expect.
No.
Maybe no,
suspected
you
it.
guys did.
I'm just saying,
I didn't.
I knew there was going to be a switcheroo, but I thought it was going to be much
and
later.
then to me, also a big surprise is Kamala Harris going to be
you and the rest of us.
taking his place in a race. So to me, that was like, whoa, okay, yeah, she's a vice president, but
You do know, in order for them to keep the funds that were already sent for him,
she's
it
very
had to be-
unpopular. We know that, okay? And of course, when you talk about Kamala Harris, we talk about, was she really fit for the job? Did she
No.
have enough merit? Stop answering. Not yet. Not yet. Right? So we're going to talk about, was she a DEI vice president? Right? Is that what it is? So we're going to, hey, you brought this up, so we're going to be talking about that.
What, can we speak now?
Oh, no, not yet. Not yet.
I'm just messing with you.
Take
I'm
it
just
easy. I
messing
know.
with you.
Hold your horses, okay? And of course, we're going to be talking about Kimberly Cheeto and her resignation. And man, she was really pounded by both the Republicans and the Democrats.
I was really impressed with the Democrats that they were finally.
We give credit where credit is due.
Yeah, absolutely. And it all needed to be said. And I'm glad that they finally stepped up and saw what we've been saying this whole time. So.
Okay, here's the thing, though. We're going to start with this video, right? Let's see. We're going to start with when President Biden announced or had a press conference about him stepping down and stepping out of the race. So we're going to play that right now, okay?
But this COVID has keep me out of people's hair for the next 3 or 4 days. But I'm going to be on the road, and I'm not going anywhere. It's kept me away a little bit, but I want people to remember that what we have done has been incredible, and we get so much more we're going to get done. And so I want to say hello to Kamala if she can hear me. I know she's going to be speaking shortly, and I want to say to the team, embrace her. She's the best. I want to call today to thank everybody in this effort. I know yesterday's news was surprising, and it was hard for you to hear, but it was the right thing to do. I know it's hard because you poured your heart and soul into me to help us win this thing, help me get this nomination, help me win the nomination, and then go on to win the presidency. But you're an amazing team. But we've got a great. I think we made the right decision. I know how hard you've worked, how many sacrifices you've made, and so many of you uprooted your lives for me.
Okay, I had to stop that because you guys were mumbling about something.
That doesn't sound like him, dude. That's AI. His voice does
Brenda.
not. I'm being honest. His voice never sounds that strong. Like, I get he's disappeared for 5 days, so maybe he's had like 5 days to sleep. I don't know if that's what it is, but that doesn't sound like him. Like, he's been slurring his words.
You're
And,
getting
like,
too
mumbling.
deep the rabbit hole, Miranda.
It's not a rabbit hole. If you want me to pay attention, because you're not there for me to see you, which is going to make me pay more attention to what you're saying. And the voice just doesn't sound like him, dude.
Yeah,
I'm not just trying to there's no
We're
conspiracy
going to go
here.
that far, really, guys?
Wait.
It doesn't sound like him.
My case is I am not I really don't know what's going on, but he sounded clearer on the phone than in person.
Yeah.
Look at the press conference we just watched. He
You
was mixing up I had to understand what he was talking about, to understand what he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
You get it? That's how I made up for all the things that he was mumbling. But speaking on the phone, he was too clear, and that's
And
surprising.
the voice was louder.
Yeah, it was
very-
louder
was-
and
it was
clear, and it was supposed to
crystal
be
clear
on the
almost.
phone.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what?
No, I
It's
don't
supposed
believe
to
it.
be
okay,
I don't
fine,
believe it.
Yeah.
fine. See, we only watched about a minute and 28 minutes of the video.
A minute and
of the-
28 seconds. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean 20 seconds,
Yeah.
and you already have this violent reaction. Okay,
It's not a violent reaction. It's just true.
The
Because-
reaction.
guys, come on, AI. The government would do that to us.
I'm
Are
not
you
saying
kidding
it-
me right
Listen, I'm not saying it's AI.
Hold on. He just said, "Will
She-
the government do this to us?"
Oh, they've done. so
You're
many
kidding
other
me,
things.
right? They've
Okay,
done more than
all
this.
right.
This is like baby steps. This is like we haven't even crawled
Let's okay. You know what? Let's compare. Let's compare what
Yeah,
what
compare
you're
the
talking
voices.
about. Let's
Yeah.
play this video of it.
My fellow Americans, I'm speaking to you tonight from behind the Resolute desk in the Oval Office. In this sacred space, I'm surrounded by portraits of extraordinary Americans.
So that was how many seconds? You're at 0.15, and we started at
So 10 seconds
0.14.
into the video, you already have a reaction. So tell me what we're talking
Listen,
about.
Just see, he said,
He's slurring.
fellow Americans, then he slurred the next few words that he said. He was not clear in person,
Mm-hmm.
but when he was on the phone, every single word
Every
was
syllable
clear.
was crystal clear. Not possible.
That was the I'm not saying that was not Biden, but something is off. Okay, I can't say it because I don't
Wow.
know.
Okay, fine. I'm
I'm just
thinking
saying,
a little
think
bit.
about it. He disappears for 5 days.
See, those are
okay?
the stuff that I really try to avoid thinking about. And quite frankly, it's hard to dispute what you're saying, Newton.
If you
Just
can,
look,
if you
listen,
can
I
see
do-
it, if you can see it with
when
your own eyes and
when
hear
you
it.
questioned our questions, I thought, okay, maybe I was overdoing it, and then you played the video again, and as soon as it started, you could tell that you would rather listen to the phone call than listen
Watch
to
him,
him.
live. Yeah. Do you see
Something
what we're
is
saying?
wrong.
We're not delusional. Like, really, the voice, him talking to you, sitting there in the Oval Office, right? He's looking at the camera, reading from his prompters.
Yeah.
He can't get his words clear. But you're telling me on the phone he's crystal clear?
And remember,
And
the
his
phone,
voice is
the
much
phone had
stronger?
the phone was supposed to not have what do you call it?
It wasn't a screen, so
Teleprompter.
how do you
Yeah,
know?
it was not scripted. It
How
was
do you know it
supposed
was
to
him?
not be scripted, right? But the one that was scripted that he was reading
Mm-hmm.
was less clear.
Yes.
Something is not
Explain.
right.
Explain. Come on, bro.
Okay,
Explain.
again, let's not dwell
See,
on
hey,
it. Let's-
don't
let's-
put me on the hot seat.
No, you said that we're the conspiracy theorists.
Hey, I didn't say that too.
Well, it sounds like
I
it.
was implying. Yes, I was implying.
Exactly. See, we pick up what you put down.
Yeah,
But what I'm saying is, it does not sound like the same person.
and do you know why this is happening? Why I'm worried? This
Don't
should
make me
not-
think. I'm thinking right now.
Yeah, this should not bother anyone except that this is supposed to be the person in charge of the
nuclear
most
codes.
powerful nation in the world. Okay, so how is that right? Okay, let me ask everybody who is saying, let him be. If you live in a small community and there are 3 people, I'm just telling. This is what I've thought privately. I'm just saying it. I didn't know I was going to say this. You have Obama, which I do not agree with on almost everything. You have Donald Trump and you have Joe Biden. And they ask you to pick one person to lead you on a trip.
I'm picking Donald.
Okay. Oh, wait. Okay, so rank it. No, I'm just telling you.
Surprise, surprise,
You,
Miranda.
you get it. Who would you? Well, definitely you pick Donald Trump. You would pick Donald Trump. I am saying I am 100% comfortable picking Barack Obama to lead me on that trip. If do you get it?
Why?
Because I know that his brain is working. Now, is there anyone who's going to pick Joe Biden?
Okay, so why does Donald Trump not go?
I'm saying I will pick Donald Trump. No, if I say I'll pick Donald Trump, they say, oh, because you're a Trump person. Do you get it? I'm saying I would pick. There's no.
I don't trust Barack Obama. That's why
I don't
pick
trust
him.
him, but his brain is working. But I'll be leading.
We
I'll
all
be
have
leading
evil
Joe
geniuses
Biden.
all over
I
the
would
place,
be
I get it.
leading
We're-
Joe
we're
Biden rather than him leading me.
Yeah, he can't lead you to
So
water.
how could he be the president then?
Don't know.
You know how mind-blowing this is? That we're talking about someone's cognitive...
That's it.
And it's not
people are
funny.
acting
and we're
as if
talking
it's
about
not a problem.
the president of the United States, and we're having a debate whether Biden does he have his marbles yet, or
Yeah.
he has lost his marbles or
He,
something?
he doesn't have
That's
them.
crazy talk.
He doesn't have them. But it's a fact. None of the people saying they would vote for him would let Biden lead them on a journey out of their home to someplace they don't know.
Right.
No, none of these people
But
saying
you
they're
know
going to
what?
vote.
I'm going to be devil's advocate here. I know we laugh and joke around about it, but to me, this is elder abuse. Like, and I'm not joking. I mean, I had an uncle that had dementia. All the signs are there. They've been there for so long.
Even the
And it's
media,
it's
the
it's
liberal
horrible.
media is addressing
To
this.
me, as a wife, I could not see putting my husband through this. If that were my husband, there's no way I would let it happen.
Well,
I mean, people joke about it, but it's really sad. He's not there.
Yeah.
I
That's
want
hard
to
to
know
argue.
what they're. I want to know
That
what
I
they're.
would not argue.
What they're pumping him with to get him to this point to do this tonight.
Yeah.
That's my concern. Like, are you going to pump him with so much to keep getting him to present that it could possibly hurt him? Is
Wow.
that why he's out of
In
sight?
fact,
No,
I
I'm just
would
being
pick
honest. Is that why
Kamala
he's not there for
Harris.
days? A what?
over Biden to lead me on a trip.
You sure about that?
Well,
I
well,
know
if,
it.
If
I'm
the
just telling you
choices
what I
were
would do.
between those two,
I
that's
would
what
find
he's-
my own way.
That's
There ain't no way, man. I'm not following that. Sorry, buddy.
you won't fall for that.
No way.
So look, I wanted to watch a bunch of videos. I mean, it's so hard not to disagree with what you guys are
And
saying.
we're
because
not
I'm-
trying to be funny. It's sad.
I'm on the fence on the theory of possible AI on that press conference.
Oh, there's AI.
Oh,
I have to
absolutely.
admit, but I have to admit, like, okay,
And,
there's so much.
and it can't be
there's
disproven though
just so
because
much
you can't
techno-
see him.
Yeah, exactly. I have to admit, it's hard not to disregard the fact that why is it a phone call? We have
Exactly.
Zoom, we have Google Meet, we have so much modes of communication
Now
through
he's getting
video, and he's gonna use.
Yeah.
Now you're getting
Yeah.
it. Oh,
Yeah.
No. I'm asking questions. That's the question. I'm not. I'm trying not to be on
We've
the same
said the
boat.
same thing. Like, it doesn't make sense.
So that's where I'm at.
Somebody's going
It's
to
too-
endorse
it's
you,
just
and they're
too
going to do it by a phone call.
See, to me, it's just too crazy to think that they would do an AI. I mean, it's hard. It's hard. It's
People
hard.
do
Are you
it.
kidding me?
I think we should let's
Let's just
on
move
from it.
on.
He's gone.
Okay,
He's
fine.
gone.
He's gone.
He's
I just
done.
don't. I just don't understand the fact that we're happy to accept the fact that he could not run again his election or his campaign. He stepped aside. Everybody's okay with that, but they're still they're
Why are they okay with him running the White House right now?
Yeah, but why is he run? He cannot run his campaign, but he's
Okay.
running the country.
He's not running the country. I don't know why people keep
Okay.
saying that. He's not.
Well,
yeah,
you-
but
He's the face of the
what we're
person
Let's
that's running
move
the
on.
country.
You guys, you Miranda found this video,
Yeah.
right? And I'm going to share. I'm going to play it. And she's very, very passionate. I was like, whoa, go girl, you go girl.
She says what a lot of us are thinking, but a lot of people won't say.
Yeah, because again, a lot of people are see here, not just the conservatives, even a lot of the other side of the aisle are like, really, Kamala Harris? So let's watch this video, right?
Do you know that Kamala is a token? Do you know that nobody wanted to endorse her? Not even Obama wanted to endorse her because she's incompetent. Nobody wanted her in the position, but they did it because she was black. That's an insult. That means you're not intelligent enough. That means you're not quick enough. That means you're not smart enough. That means you're not even equipped. You're just black. And it works. And I know that I have been laying low politically because, again, I've been indicted. Understand something. I've been indicted by the Biden administration as a black woman for standing against the murder of innocent children, including and especially because they take up the biggest margin, black babies, okay? So now Biden has stepped down, right? And I have been laying low. I've been like, listen, I'm not saying nothing. I'm going to just live my life. I'm in Vegas. I'm about to go to the buffet. I'm just trying to eat. I'm trying to be at Sphere. And I'm trying to be at Flyover Vegas, enjoying my little life with my husband before sentencing. But I have to say something. Let me explain something to you. And I'm speaking to the black community. I have to. I'm speaking to the black community, and I'm going to keep it a buck. If you, in your heart, feel like, oh, they're going to put up Kamala, I'm going to vote for Kamala, you are telling me how ignorant you are when it comes to politics. Not as a person, because just because you are ignorant according to politics doesn't mean you're an ignorant person. But you are very ignorant according to politics. And I'm going to tell you why. And a lot of people are going to get offended, but I don't care. I'm going to be honest with you, okay? Kamala, number one, has never been for the black community. I want you to understand something. Kamala has played a part, just like Joe Biden, in persecuting and putting African-American people in jail by the droves. Droves. Okay? When it comes to drug crime, she has treated drug crime as if it was murder. Okay? And then on top of that, let me explain something to you. The only reason why Kamala is a vice president in the first place is because she's black. It is not because she is qualified. It is not because she is competent. It is because she's black. Now, why should you be offended? You would think, oh, well, yeah, we black people. We supposed to support our black folk. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, let me explain something to you. You should be offended beyond rapport because of the fact that somebody is willing to put someone in a seat for their color, even when they're not qualified to do a favor for you. Let me explain to you how the last 4 years have went. Up 3, coming into this 4. Let me explain something to you. So for the first three years, Kamala has not cared about the black community, okay? Kamala and Biden have been doing everything in their power to support illegal immigrants. They have been coming in this country. They're getting your benefits. They putting their kids, these illegal immigrants are going into your kids' schools. They in the hood. They're taking over. You're no longer relevant. They're taking over, okay? But then on top of that, okay, they're giving
Wow. I got to stop the video because she's not your typical black woman.
No.
Yeah.
That I will tell you right now. I'm like,
No.
wait a second. Because me as a Filipino, right? Again, on our first podcast, I was talking about how by default, as a Filipino,
You're
I
a
actually
Democrat.
was a fan of Clinton. I did not like Bush at all, right? As a Filipino, again, I was with the culture, right? And then Obama, I was very hopeful, and then I
Hope
have to
and
admit,
change.
yeah, I have to admit, I would say it over and over again in every podcast. Like, I'm a former Democrat because back then I'm an immigrant, right? So, as Filipino, I was a default Democrat, and then Trump came along. And by the way, I did not like Trump. I was hoping that Hillary Clinton would win. By the way,
What?
that's where I was.
Were you drunk?
I
Wait a
think
minute,
I
you don't
was.
drink-
See,
were
I don't
you?
even drink, but
You don't
maybe I
drink,
was.
So how is that possible?
So well, see, it's ignorance.
It's
You know what? It's
It-
intellectual laziness.
We talk about that, but
Mm-hmm.
here's the thing: ignorance is not an insult. It's
No,
just
it's not.
not knowing.
Yeah.
I was ignorant, and it's not an insult to anybody when I say that. It's more on you just don't know. I didn't know.
And a
I
lot of
was
people
ignorant.
are intelligent on other things, but politically, they're just not intelligent in that arena. Not that they're an ignorant person or not that they're not intelligent.
This guy
You know what I mean?
actually, that intellectual laziness went away because I was fascinated with this Trump guy. So I started getting involved in knowing politics.
So you did your research. Somewhat.
Somewhat, right? I'm not gonna claim I know everything, but right,
Right, and
now
none of us
I
do.
do. Again, you use discernment, you use certain judgment when someone talks, like
Yeah.
Question
You always question
everything.
everything.
Yes.
right? So that to me, her rant, right? Because when you think about it, let's talk about merit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the primaries, she did not even make it to the in basketball terms. I love basketball. She did not even make the playoff. Oh my goodness, she didn't
No,
even.
she-
She was not even drafted.
She was cut.
She was not even drafted in the NBA.
Yeah.
What's her name? Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
She ate her for lunch.
Oh,
I love it.
True, right? And we know Gabbard now.
Yeah,
is
she
an
used to be a
independent.
Democrat. Now she's
very
independent.
solid.
Yeah.
She's independent now. So when you think about it, she was not even voted in.
Right.
So when you talk about democracy, right? Let's talk about democracy.
Well, first of all, democracy and a republic are not the same thing.
yeah, we have some comments. We're gonna have that conversation another time. But when you talk about she was not voted in. No. If you're talking about threat to democracy, I'll translate it that way because she was not voted in as vice president. Now all of a sudden,
But you know why, right? Hey, Newt, you got something on that?
You mean the whole, yeah.
Kamala Harris as a replacement. That's what I'm saying. That's what we're talking about.
I'm just talking about the
Kamala Harris
being
as
a
the replacement.
Yeah.
So I think the strategy for this one, just as predicted, it will be very hard for them to carry on with this whole election thing. I'm still having doubts though, because it looks like if they have to keep the money that was raised for the campaign, I think Trump would ever sued. I think there's some lawsuit.
Yeah, there's because there's so many rules and regulations about how that money's donated and who it's
Who it
donated
can
to
go
a
to.
person.
Yeah.
And it has to be, there's certain regulations that, like, I think maybe a portion can go to the person who's still on the ticket, or it's just
Oh, I
weird.
see.
So it's not that, I think another reason, you can't just bring somebody new. Well, you can just bring somebody new in, but who's going to put in enough money at this stage of the game to kind of make it to where it's an actual race that they could possibly win?
Can you withdraw your donations? I'm saying like those big
No, I
donations.
don't-
No,
I
I don't think you can.
think you can.
I don't think
So
you
the
can
money
withdraw.
is stuck with Kamala Harris now, or is it stuck with
Well,
Biden?
remember, like, what is it, 90 million that they
Yeah.
put on pause or something?
yeah.
Like, they're holding it, like, because they didn't know if he was going to stay in or drop out. But come on.
Oh, so that money is not coming now.
Well, I think I'm waiting to figure out what they do with that money, because they had to hold it. They didn't. And what's weird is they did this fundraiser and they knew he was like the way he is.
Let's ask. There's a question I want to ask. Why do you think Biden endorsed Harris?
I think it was forced. I don't think he did it on because he
Who
wanted
forced
to.
him? Because Barack Obama and what's her name and Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer are not in support of Harris. So who forced him?
Man, see,
How do you know they didn't force him? So the person they put in with her is their person.
Hey,
What-
She has to have a She has to have a
when
VP.
is the convention? It's next month, right?
Yeah, it's next month. It's
Is it-
August.
August, right? It's about a month away,
Yeah.
right? So that will be another thing that we
Less
got to
than a
watch
month,
out.
I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got to watch out.
Yeah.
Like I know BLM is going against Kamala
Oh,
Harris.
Exactly. Well, they
right?
know they know who
want
she
the
is.
they want the primary to happen in this short amount of time.
Right, but they want a virtual primary
They want a virtual
to
primary.
give them the opportunity to select someone else because they know she's not the
And
one.
she's not gonna. She's not.
Dude,
gonna,
if you see what she did on the border, nothing. Isn't she the border?
no, hold on.
Come on.
That's the
Well, no,
one.
she didn't do nothing.
Here.
She helped open the
No,
border, so
no,
now we have all
watch
these new
this.
people.
Watch-
So,
Like, let's watch this for a
that's right,
second.
Bill Maher.
I have a video.
Oh, wait a minute. He didn't.
No,
What did-
it's after this one.
After this,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah. So
I want you to
yeah.
say
I want
something.
you guys to watch this video of Bill Maher. By the way, I'm really starting to like this guy because I used to avoid his videos. I would watch a little bit of it. What is he gonna say about certain things? But now,
Do you think he didn't know then, or he was just? Do you think his eyes are just opening, or you think he's still playing politics right now because all the things he's saying? Do you think he just came to realization now that?
Well,
oh,
he's trying to
No,
be
he's trying
as
to be in the middle.
rational as possible,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
But still, the fact that he said, before Biden stepped down, he still keeps saying that he's still going to vote for Biden, even though all his reasonings are against Biden.
Yeah, makes no sense.
so
makes
that's
sense
the
to
politics
me.
part I'm talking
But you know
about.
what the thing is? Anybody but Trump.
Anybody but Trump.
So that they would vote for somebody who would destroy this country as long as their name isn't Trump. And that's what we're
Maybe
living in it
maybe
right
I
now.
should run then, so they vote for me.
But here, this is a fun. No, seriously,
That would be awesome.
This is a fun video that you have to watch. Watch this.
Okay.
I just want to be your guide here and tell you what the choices are. Kamala Harris, vice president, will get all of Biden's campaign money. And on the Democrats' best issue, abortion, she's a walking reminder to women that Republicans are coming for the abortion pill. She won't just protect Plan B. She is Plan B. And as a former prosecutor, Kamala was putting criminals in jail back before liberals decided that was a bad thing. And now that CVS is locking the shaving cream behind plexiglass, Democrats are coming around to her again. Harris would be the first woman president, first black woman president, and first Asian president. But I don't vote for who will be the first. I vote for who will win. And for whatever reason, Harris has never been popular. You can count the number of delegates she won in the 2020 primaries on one hand, as long as that hand has no fingers.
True.
In 3 years as vice president, she's been quieter than an electric car. And like an electric car, your MAGA uncle can't explain why she fills him with homicidal rage. She just does. Sometimes life isn't fair. It's not fair that she's not popular. She's intelligent and accomplished, and in fact was put in charge of the border. And look at how... Okay, bad example.
Oh my goodness, is it that crazy?
Yeah.
It is.
This guy is a liberal. We know he's a lifelong Democrat. But look at him. Look at
Sees it for what it is, though.
he's pounding on Kamala Harris, and everything that he said is actually true.
It's
It's
true.
factual.
Yeah.
The last punchline to me was I was laughing when the first time. I'm still laughing today. I've seen this video multiple times. I'm still laughing. Look,
Let's
Merritt,
see what
right?
she did on the border.
But think about what we were talking about earlier, right? We were talking about him, Merritt. He was not even close to the nomination. Not even. She was the first one to be.
She was the first one out.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
the first one.
She
out.
was the first one out, right? And then all of a sudden she becomes vice president, and then Bill Maher's right.
Yeah, this is.
It's like she's
What did she
she's like a
do?
forced president.
No,
now.
no, no.
Because now you
She
have no
didn't
choice.
do.
Like,
Remember, okay, this is the article I was saying I was going to read. There was this article in March 15 of 2020,
Okay.
before the
Yeah,
election.
okay. Go ahead, share that with
Where,
us.
yes, okay. This is Washington from CNN. Former Vice President Joe Biden, he wasn't president then, said Sunday he would pick a woman to be his vice president running mate. He said it. Just as he said he was going to pick a black woman to be a Supreme Court justice. So
The first requirement is
yeah. Yes. So
have to
it
be
has
black.
to be a woman. At that time, there was this thing going on. Is it going to be Elizabeth Warren? Is it going to be Tulsi Gabbard? Is it going to be Kamala Harris? Was not even in the picture because she was the worst of the candidates, and she was the
well,
first.
and she had
Yeah.
just called him a racist.
Yeah,
on-
and then she was
in the
so
debate.
mean to him. If you remember that debate, so nobody was thinking it was going to be Kamala Harris, and then
Then they made a backroom deal.
these black women came, they petitioned, they had so many meetings. In fact, there was a video conference call by the top 20 or the top 12 or so of these women who eventually said, you have to, for strategic reasons, they sold it to him. Okay, this was NPR had an article on that. I'm going to find it. That said, they did a video conference and said, listen, even if you don't want to pick a black woman, you're picking a woman. But if you don't want to pick a black woman, you might be losing the black women. If there's a black woman, that's a good candidate. Okay, and that's when Kamala Harris came into the picture. So she was picked because she was a black woman.
Okay, we need to stop saying that. She's not a black woman.
Come on, she's black.
Okay, tell me how. She's of
I don't know.
No,
I'm
Indian
only,
and Asian.
But there's Jamaican in her ancestry too. Her dad is Jamaican or
So
something.
she's just disavowing the rest of her, and then she's claiming only a portion. Got it. Okay, now, got it. Go ahead.
No,
Sorry.
but if you're
Why
mix
would you
of black
pick somebody
and
just because of their race if they're not qualified? I don't care if you're green, purple with polka dots. If you're not qualified, you're not. It should be their qualifications, what their policies are. I'm sorry, I'm black, and I would never vote for Kamala Harris. I live in California. She has destroyed this place. She put more black people in jail for menial things than anyone.
Yeah.
Why would you vote for somebody who wants to put your people in jail? People have this weird concept that you vote for somebody who looks like you. I'm sorry, I will not vote for somebody who looks like me if you don't have the qualifications. She can't help with the border, and you want her to run a country?
See, that was to me.
I'm just being honest.
Well, in case that they would debate, so there's supposed to be a scheduled debate later on. Before
Oh, her
Biden,
and-
right?
and
So it was
JD
supposed to
Vance?
be another
Oh, yeah.
debate. No, another debate for Biden and Trump, right?
Okay.
We all know that Biden is out of the race.
Mm-hmm.
Now Kamala Harris. Just if they're just gonna talk about again,
There won't be a debate.
well,
No.
It'll be too bad.
It
It'll
will
be
be
worse than
exactly,
Biden's
because-
debate.
Or if they
It-
do it, it'll be about January 6th. It'll be about calling him a convicted
No, I
felon,
don't-
even though
I
he's
know.
not.
See, that's the
No.
thing. Those are predictable things
Right.
that the Democrats or Kamala Harris would probably
That's-
bring up.
but that's
and
all
I'm
she
sure
has.
Trump will be ready to answer those questions,
Yeah,
right?
I- Oh,
absolutely.
To me, though, like for example, I mean, how can you defend like what Bill Maher said? Like it was really funny when he said like a best example would be she being the border czar,
czar, right.
and then all of a sudden like, oh wait a second, that's a bad example,
Yeah.
because she did a terrible 11 million.
Oh, there's more than
people,
that.
maybe
I believe
more.
there's more than that. Yeah.
This is what I'm thinking. I've never ever blamed Kamala Harris for the border. I've never, because you see when someone
Hold up.
does
How not
what-
when that
what-
was her
let me
one
ex-
job?
Let me explain.
I think I know where you're
Let me
going with
explain.
this.
Okay.
When you give someone a task and she
Okay.
did not perform, she didn't. It's not like she made a decision and then things got worse. She did nothing. I know the decision to do. Do you understand?
Yeah,
she did
sometimes it's
nothing.
better
So
to
she-
do nothing than to
Yeah,
do anything.
so she didn't do anything. I can't blame her because she didn't do anything. So it's wait. 1 second. What I'm saying.
That's a little twisted, don't you think?
No, but I'm just saying. So when you ask a child to do a task, to perform
Okay.
a task, and the child did not perform the task, you can't blame the child for what happened.
Oh my gosh, bro, that's
I'm just saying. So I still think Biden is responsible for saying
is, because
Kamala Harris is the one that's supposed to do the job, and she didn't do the job.
But you know what? I'm
It's
just
funny to you. I'm not
this
trying
is
to
turning
make
to
it
be
funny.
comedy,
Yeah.
bro.
But you know what's funny? Had he not signed those executive orders to reverse what was already working, we wouldn't even have to have this conversation.
Yeah, but he
He
said
wanted
it while he
nothing
was
that had
running.
Trump's name on it. That's the reason he did it. Now we have all these people
That's
here.
not the reason. There was a strat. Let me tell you, there was.
Oh,
a
I wanna
strategy.
hear this. This
So
is
I
gonna be
have
good.
I have a Democrat friend
Okay.
who, every time I tell her that, listen, when I went to get my what's this new ID that we got,
The real ID.
they just asked me if I was a citizen. They gave me a separate form to register to vote in California. They just ask you on that form, are you a U.S. citizen? You just need to check yes. Nobody checks whether you're a citizen or not.
Okay, what part of they don't care about that do you not understand? I've been saying that
That's
for the
what I'm
longest
saying.
time.
So it was a strategy to bring in more people. Remember, in California, once you're here illegally, you can have a driver's license.
Right.
Good. And
And then
while
you
you're getting the
automatically are
driver's
registered to
license,
vote.
they give you that paper
Absolutely, because
to.
they're linked. That's why, you know what? I'm glad you said that. So all of a sudden, the last time we had an election,
Go closer to the microphone.
oh, sorry, the last time we had an election, for some reason, something told me, oh, I'll just go online and check my status.
Yeah.
Tell me why somebody, switched my party to a Democrat.
Oh, you're a Democrat.
No, because I'm not crazy. But I had to fight to get. I'm like, who did that?
Oh, you sure
Do you
someone
know-
did it?
Yeah.
Yes, I have been the same party since I was 18.
Wow.
All of a sudden, this last time I went to vote, it was changed in the system.
Wow.
And when I asked how it happened, their words to me were that, oh, we don't know how that happened.
No, because you're
Are-
black.
Could be.
That's why.
I don't know. I was told I wasn't black, so I don't know. But it's weird that there's all of this stuff is going on by computer. Computers don't just do things by themselves, of course.
Yeah,
Somebody has to actually do them. But who are you to switch somebody's party, man?
Yeah.
And I told the lady on the phone, if I would have gone to get my ballot and I would have seen these names and I knew what they were, I'm like, there would be a problem.
Okay,
Yeah.
but this is a
Because
question.
that's
I have a
giving
question.
somebody because
What-
the
what-
ballot's based on whatever party you're associated
yes.
But Miranda, what do they gain by switching your party? Is there any gain since your mind is still the
That's a
same?
good question, though. That's a good question.
Okay, if you're not paying attention,
Oh.
they're banking most people aren't going to check. When you get there to vote, they're going to give you a ballot. you're going to have to pick from who's on your ballot.
Right.
You're not going to get Republican names on a Democrat ballot.
Okay.
Come on,
Oh,
don't
I
play me.
see.
I'm
I see.
watching. My eyes are on you with all the
Oh,
craziness.
And
I
yes,
see.
not a lot of people would
And
take
not a lot of
the
people pay.
time
Yeah, they won't.
or
they
the
just wanna-
effort
They just want to vote and move on.
and move on.
And some people just pick a name that they associate with a commercial or somebody talked about. I'm being really honest.
no, that's
the
true.
number of people that I
That's true.
talk to, because I tell them, I literally research everyone that I know is running.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone. I don't care if it's for dog catcher. I want to know who they are.
Yeah.
I want to know about that person.
I would need
Most
help
people-
this time because I do some research, especially the bills or whatever
Right.
the what do you call those bills that we do in California? Propositions.
Propositions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's where they sneak all the little sly stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
those are the
So, and
ones
most
I
people
try
don't
to
That you
read
have
them.
to read.
People
Yeah.
vote
You
yes
have to
on
read.
things that they hear a cool commercial. Oh
It's
yeah,
terrible.
yes for that.
Yes.
But that's just the catchphrase. That's not even what the bill's about.
We're turning. Well, here's the thing: the kind of election habits that we have now,
Yeah.
it makes me recall or makes me remember how it is. I was about to say how it was. Actually, how it is in the Philippines, and probably the same in Nigeria. It's all about popularity.
Yeah.
People,
Right.
people have, again, the intellectual laziness that I've been saying.
Yeah.
That, you know what? Oh, this guy is endorsing. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna follow that
Yeah,
guy. I'm
because
not
I
gonna-
remember the name.
Yes, basically that's what's happening in this country
Right.
right now.
But they bank on people not remembering or not paying attention.
Creating narratives. That's all they do.
But if it's that, if we vote today and this is my last day, I didn't mail in my ballot, I've got to vote and I want to vote, you're going to vote for who's on the paper they gave you.
Yeah.
So if people aren't paying attention, they're just going to vote down whoever they have.
Am I ignorant?
I check all the time
Wait,
because
my
I
sec.
trust nobody.
Do they have two different types of ballots depending?
Yes, the
on your
names
political
aren't the
party?
same.
What in the world?
Why would you get a ballot that has Republicans' names on it for different seats when you're a Democrat? Or why would you be a Democrat and every name on your ballot is Republican people who you've never heard of and you don't know who they are?
Oh,
Why else would they ask what party you're in? They wouldn't need to know that if it's a blank ballot that has everybody on it. People
Didn't
don't
know
stop to
that.
think. And
wait,
the fact
wait.
that people don't think
Is
about
this true? Is this how it works?
that, why else would they need to know what party you're in?
oh gosh, I'm gonna look closer into this. I have to admit. I
That's
gotta
crazy.
I trust no dude, I'm telling you, trust no one except Jesus. Everybody else is suspect. I love you guys, but
That's crazy.
Let's okay. See, we touch a lot of those topics here. I'm gonna switch it up a little bit because we cannot end this podcast without talking about this.
Yeah.
It's been almost 2 weeks, pretty much a week and a half, almost 2 weeks now since the assassination attempt
Yeah.
on Donald Trump, and that was our first podcast that we talked about. And now we have the director of the Secret Service. She was subpoenaed, by the way, which to me
shouldn't have had to be.
she exactly.
Like
to
if you're
me,
being transparent, you just answer the
exactly
questions.
right. So now she was grilled. To me, the way I watched many of the questionings from both sides of the aisle, and I have to admit, as someone who's conservative, I've been watching the conservatives question her, but I'm really proud, and I have to admit, I give credit where credit is due. Same did the Democrats.
Yeah,
They
I really give them credit.
They
Yeah.
really
They surprised me.
there are many people on the Democratic side who question her. They really grilled
They
her.
had real questions. It wasn't semantics like today.
But here's
Yeah.
one thing that I want to feature of all the questioning, okay? And I do want to talk about this quickly, is because it was Nancy Mace who the line of questioning that she did. So let's watch this quickly.
I like the questioning, just not the verb.
Like, let's watch this video for a second.
Most of my questions are going to demand a yes or no answer. Do you understand?
I do.
Okay, my first question. Both sides of the aisle today have asked for your resignation. Would you like to use my 5 minutes to draft your resignation letter, yes or no?
No, thank you.
Was this a colossal failure?
It was a failure.
Yes or no? Was it a colossal failure is the question. Yes or no?
I have admitted this is a terrible.
This is a yes or no series of questions. Was this a colossal failure? Yes or no?
Yes.
Was this tragedy preventable? Yes or no?
Yes.
Has the Secret Service been transparent with this committee?
Yes.
Would you say the fact that we had to issue a subpoena to get you to show up today as being transparent? Yes or no?
I have always been eager
Yes
to
or no?
come
You didn't
and
want to
talk
answer
to
the question.
committee.
We had to issue a subpoena to get you to show up today. That is not transparent, by the way. You stated earlier, Secret Service is not political. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Would you say leaking your opening statement to Punchbowl News, Politico's Playbook, and Washington Post several hours before you sent it to this committee as being political? Yes or no?
I have no idea how my statement got out.
Well, that's bullshit.
Okay, I got to stop it right there. Because here's the thing, right? This one I'm gonna call out. I do like her, Miss
Nancy
Nancy
Mace.
Mace. Her line of questioning was straight
Was
to
good.
the point.
Yeah.
But the language.
Okay. But to me, again, whoever made that comment, I think probably a Democrat, right? So I agree with that guy because you have to keep a proper decorum.
It just defeats the purpose. It just defeats the purpose.
The line of questioning was direct. You know, you were not transparent because you had to be subpoenaed to appear here.
Right.
Okay, and the 9 days. This was 9 days after the assassination. You don't have anything yet.
No.
You're not prepared to show up.
The easiest thing, the personnel that was there. Yeah, at least you have a list.
Yeah,
They're not saying tell us who did what. Just give us a list
But
of those
you know
who were
what's
there.
funny? All of these people sitting behind her, and all they're doing is like writing stuff down.
Yeah.
Nobody's saying anything.
No.
But what's funny
no
is,
one.
why would you go in front of them knowing it's not like you don't know what they're going to ask you.
Yeah,
And your answer to your response to everything is to dodge,
yeah.
to not, basically we got nothing. So my thing is, what is the real cover? Because this is a cover.
Let him finish
there's
his
no
thought
way.
on Nancy Mace. Yeah.
Nancy Mace
done
from
with it?
South
No,
Carolina.
she
I'm
did-
from
she-
South
she
Carolina.
got-
He
She already
could've
she
chose other
had
words,
she put her in the corner.
Yeah.
She put the director into the corner. There's no need for that kind of a
Yeah,
language.
Yeah.
There's just no need
And she
for
said it twice. We already heard it
Yes,
twice. Yeah.
yes. And to me, for people, people would only hear that stuff.
That's my
they,
word.
They forget all the
They
good
would
stuff,
forget the good
and they
question.
remember
Now,
what you
like,
said bad.
Yeah.
Did you hear, that Nancy Mace
Yeah.
cussing?
Yeah.
Right? How about when kids are watching or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So to me,
that's
I
true.
wish she would just
I
stop
like
right
her,
there.
but yeah.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I was playing it aloud at home.
Oh.
Yeah, I was playing it aloud.
See?
And
Hey, I didn't even know that.
yeah,
That's-
but
I didn't know that either.
happened to me, so
Right.
I knew what was gonna come. It was not right. You don't say things like that. No matter how emotional you get, you
Right.
still have to watch it. It's like you preaching on the altar and someone. Let me tell you a quick story.
Okay. I want to
gonna
hear
be
this.
good.
I want to hear this.
At church, I was music director, and there was someone who was playing the keyboard for us.
Okay.
And I think he was trying to help someone do something while service was going on. And he held the mic, very expensive mic, and he was tall. He dropped the mic. The mic sounded boom. And he said, "Oh, S-H-I-T." And the other mics around him
Picked it up.
That was his
Oh,
last
yeah.
day. I didn't fire him, but
He
That
probably
was-
fired himself.
yeah. So we have to be careful. It doesn't matter what's going on. You have
Right.
to be careful. That's why it's just better to not use swear words. Just
Right.
make it a habit.
Yeah,
I can
because there's
never
other
catch
words.
myself swearing because it's not in my subconscious.
Correct.
And
Exactly.
yeah. And that's why you should not do this. Is just wrong because it defeats the entire purpose
I
of the
get
whole
it.
thing.
I think it's the anxiety, the angst, because somebody's lying to you and stonewalling you. And I think
No.
I think that she was just fed up. I'm not making excuses. I'm from South Carolina too, but I'm not
No,
going to.
I'm with you on that.
But there's other words that could have been used, and I get it.
Yeah.
But I think it was frustration. I don't think she did it intentionally. I think she was just so frustrated. 'cause I
No,
no.
I
That
disagree.
was- intentional.
She was-
planned
She
to
was
say it.
she was annoyed.
It's
It-
okay.
one time she would say it, but she really said it.
Oh
the
yeah,
second
when she
time,
said it
Yeah,
the
she
second
said
time.
it second
yeah.
time.
she was doing it
Yeah.
on purpose.
Okay,
and
yeah.
to me, that's the problem when you
Yeah.
do stuff like that.
People forget the important things.
People who would try to defend the director of the Secret Service would only look at that stuff.
Yeah,
They
that's
won't
all
look at
they're gonna
everybody else. She was already in the perfect spot. She was already calling out the BS.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry, the story I told was not shit. It was the F word he used.
Oh,
Yeah, I remember.
Wow.
It was the F
That's
word.
even
he
worse
used.
than the other word.
It was the F word he used. The church.
See what it- well,
the church
Wow.
froze.
See, that's the thing, right?
Well, then I feel
I'm-
bad
I'm
because
not
I
gonna say-
use
okay,
bull sugar
like-
honey iced tea, and that's probably not good either.
Side note, right? For the F word, the S word,
Yeah.
I actually say it to the kids
Yeah.
because I don't say I don't use it as a curse word. Spelling
Oh.
the word and saying F is pretty much the same as far as
I know.
Oh,
because when I say it, I'm describing what other
What the
people,
people
say.
say.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
not cussing.
Yeah.
I'm not cursing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it on this podcast.
no, we're not doing that.
I'm not
We're
gonna do
doing
that here, but you guys know what I'm talking about when I say especially when I introduce when they would hear those words, right? They would hear it
because they're
outside.
gonna hear it outside.
Exactly. You guys just, to me, I've taught my kids like this are words that are not appropriate. Like what, Dad? And then I'll say it. Like,
Yeah.
Dad, you said it.
But you're explaining to them why
I
it's
was
not
explaining
supposed to
the
be
S
said.
word, the F word,
Yeah.
the B word, or
Yeah.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G,
There you
whatever
go.
word that is. Yeah, I said, again, it always boils down to the heart. It
Yeah.
boils down to what are you trying to say and what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
It always goes down to the heart. So, man, this is a crazy, crazy time that we're living in.
But we want to use words where people actually hear us.
Yeah.
Correct.
And want to hear
And
us
want to
next
hear
time.
us next time.
Want
Yeah.
to listen to
Otherwise,
us.
they just tune you
I
out.
actually learned that growing up that whenever you speak, always make sure that whatever you say today guarantees or opens the door for
communication
others to
tomorrow.
come listen to you. Because the more people want to listen to you, the greater your influence.
Correct.
And if people don't want to listen to you, it doesn't matter how great you are, they're walking away.
Them walking
from you.
away.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then you're not affecting
Then you
change
can't
with
even
anyone.
preach the gospel.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
to
can't.
anybody.
You know,
Yeah.
you can't tell anybody anything about Jesus
It
or
starts in what they see in your life.
Yes.
Right.
The loudest part of us ministering the gospel is the way we live our
The
lives.
Yes.
Where we talk about a small group. We're like, whose image are we representing? The image of this world,
No.
the image of what we want to be present out there, or the image of Christ.
The image of Christ.
And that's what we're trying to do here, right? At the same time, I know we're
still
not
human.
claiming we're right on every issue, but
Definitely.
those are
absolutely.
that's a difference between everybody else. I mean, and if you on the comment section, by the way, help us out. Like, subscribe, and make comments and share this
share,
video.
yeah.
Help us out. We really want to spread the word. Here, we want to be the unity. Well, it's hard. I know it's so polarizing.
I
It
know.
is so polarizing,
To
but
unite.
we're trying to do our best in the way we're talking is to, like, for example, like tonight, we have given the liberals and Democrats where credit.
Credit,
is
Yeah,
due,
Yeah.
honestly.
absolutely.
And you don't hear that a lot, right? So
Well, you don't hear that from the other side to this side.
correct.
And
That's
it's-
true.
And I don't think that the divisiveness that they think is coming from the conservative side is all conservatives.
Correct.
It's like they pick and choose the worst ones and they run with that as an example of all of us.
Yeah.
And some of us are just conservative and we're not the other side of that. I mean, there's a fine line in all parties. And I think that if you go to the demonic evil in each side, you lose those people
Yes,
that aren't that way.
absolutely.
Well, yeah,
And it happens so much on both sides, and that's a sad thing.
Yeah, to me, there are non-negotiable issues in government.
Right.
Okay, I definitely pro-life, right? When it comes to the LGBTQ issue, I'm a Christian, so I follow what the Bible says about that particular issue. But there are many other things that I know we can find common ground.
Right. But that's the thing. If people would have just basic conversation with each other, they always would find that we have more in common than not. And I think it's people are so reluctant to just have that conversation with that person that doesn't look like you. I talk to everybody. And it's because I want to know about you.
Yes.
Like, but when people see your heart, that you honestly want to just know about them, and you're not trying to push your values on them, we can meet in the middle somewhere, and you don't have to agree, but respect each other enough to listen.
Yeah, we can agree to
And
disagree.
everything doesn't need feedback.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
If you say something to me and I don't agree with it, I don't have to respond like you would if I said something that you didn't like.
Here are my last words, right? In this particular election,
Yeah.
Highly charged.
I'm gonna keep saying to people, my friends, that I am not a Trump apologist.
No,
I
I'm not.
am
None
not.
of us are. I know I'm not.
I
Are you?
will say, well, sometimes we might sound like one,
I
but
don't know what
Yeah,
that
but,
means.
For the
I'm
record.
not. I can't apologize for everything he says or does.
correct. For
Like
the,
I'm not here to judge his personal life. I don't care about his personal life.
well,
I
because
care about the policies.
he doesn't know us.
He doesn't know us. We're never going to
What
know him, so it
affects
doesn't
us-
matter to me.
What affects us is the
It's the
policies,
policies. Yep.
that he pushes forward. And
Absolutely.
as simple as a question that I would ask my friends: how are you on the personal level?
Mm-hmm.
How are our lives? Gas prices, mortgage rates,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
the economy. Food prices. I always talk about it with food
Mm-hmm.
prices. Oh, it's just 2% or 3%, or inflation didn't affect that much. No. I'm just comparing my Costco receipts from
This
4
year?
years ago. The same items. Costco is Costco. You know what I'm saying? When you go to Costco, it's almost the same thing that you're gonna buy every single time.
Right.
So if you compare my receipts back in 2018, 2019, and then you compare it to today, it's a huge difference. It's not 8%, 10%, 12%. I mean,
Well,
it's
no,
just-
that's just our taxes in California, like almost 10%.
Exactly. It's really in many cases, like I would use the example of cooking oil. I used to buy cooking oil for those 2-gallon jugs from Costco for $6.99.
Not anymore. No way.
They went jumping back and forth from $12 to $16. That's not
crazy.
20%. That's
That's crazy.
100%.
That's more than, yeah.
That's 100%
And it's sad
increase.
that people are trying to decide whether they want to feed their families, have gas to go to work, or get their medicine.
So yeah, policies.
crazy.
It's
It's policies for me. I don't care about your personal life
not personal
because
life.
there's nobody in office who's never cheated on their wife or slept with somebody
yeah,
else.
gosh.
So stop giving me the spiel
Politics-
about
Let's
Don't,
put
don't
it this
give me
way.
that. Don't give me
Politics
that.
is
It's not
dirty.
about morals.
Policy,
It's a dirty business.
Exactly. Politics is dirty on both sides.
Absolutely.
We're gonna call that out as it is. So, anyways, man, that was fun.
That was fun.
That was. I mean, we covered a lot tonight.
Yeah, we did. We
Any more last thoughts before we land this thing?
I just my general opinion is that people should vote based on what they want to see, not what they think somebody told them. If you think it's okay, I'm trying to put it in a way because I just hope people can just say, okay, what do I want? Do I want people to keep coming through the border? Yes or no? Take it.
Yeah.
Just make a list of 5
List of
important
things.
Yeah.
things.
Let's
Five,
just
10,
try.
10, 20
you know,
things.
But
Yeah.
what's funny is during this time, Democrats, and I won't say it's Democrats, I'll say it's both parties. All year, 2-3 years, nothing. Right before
Yeah,
it's time
when
to
they-
vote, they promise you the world with flowers and petals
Yes.
and fairies, the whole 9 yards.
Oh,
And
there are
it
Republicans who
never-
have done that. Yes.
That's why I said it's on both sides.
Okay.
And it doesn't come to fruition.
Well, 1 second. This is where I'm going to say it is the reason I'm going to vote for Donald Trump again, because the promises he made the first time,
He fulfilled them.
he kept them.
Yep.
And that's the reason I am going to vote for him. Everything he's promising now, because of what he did the first time, I am going to vote for him again.
We're going to be talking about.
I'm gonna
That's
do
it.
the same
We're
thing.
gonna.
He kept
I
his
think
promises.
we're gonna talk about that in the next podcast. Is
Yeah.
why are we? Well, yeah. Why are we voting for him? Right? Why not the other guy or the other woman?
But I don't think people realize, because they were so busy trying to deflect with the impeachment this and impeachment that and hoax this and Russiagate this, all the stuff that man said he was going to do,
He did.
he did.
Except-
but they said he didn't. He wasn't a dictator, so he kind of let me down on that part. I'm just joking, but I'm just
Yeah,
saying
buddy.
everything they
Someone's
said
gonna
that
clip
he was
that
going
and
to do.
play it over and over
They
again.
can. I don't care. But everything he said he was going to do for us,
Yeah.
he did.
But he didn't build all the wall.
He didn't finish the wall, and he wasn't a dictator. He let me down. Just throwing that out there.
You're doubling down. You're doubling down.
Double down on that. Well, they keep saying that he's going to be a dictator.
Oh my god.
But we have socialist tendencies going on in our
Okay,
country right
I'm
now.
gonna stop Miranda now
Okay.
because she's
I'll go-
turning
I'll
on
go
her
there.
crazy mode. But anyways, I want to thank you
Crazy
guys.
mode.
That was
I mean,
good.
I can.
That was fun.
I can do this for hours with you guys.
Yeah.
But hey, you guys who are watching again, thank you for watching all the way to this end, witnessing how crazy she is. So, anyways, thank you,
Thank you,
for,
guys. We
thank you for
appreciate
those
it.
who are watching. Again, whether you agree or disagree, we appreciating you guys who are watching. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Help us out. And
comment. We read them all.
yes,
and we respond.
yes, we do. We do. We try to respond as much as we can. So, anyways, thank you again for watching. I cannot say enough to saying like and subscribe and share our channel, and there will be more to come. There will be more exciting things I'm going to be talking about,
Many more.
Many more.
and we're looking forward to that.
We're excited, so stay tuned.
Good night, you guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.